Don't go away. With over 30 years in the stationery business, Kingdom Books Stationery now offers a 30-day credit facility with no interest charge. We deliver free within Accra, Tema, and surrounding towns. So visit us today at Osu Akwaje, University of Ghana campus. Kingdom Books are next near the Accra Sports Stadium, Tema on the main TDC junction, Kumasi on the KNUST campus, Cape Coast on the UCC campus, Takrady at Fijai near the Teachers Hall. Call 0302-764-101 or 762-307 or visit kingdomgh.com. Kingdom Books and Stationery Limited, your number one stop shop for all office essentials, stationery and furniture. How many reasons do you need to watch DSTV? Is it the FA Cup magic that has been brought back, or the best leagues in Europe like the EPL, La Liga, Italian Serie A from live and in HD, from Super Sports, the home of football, wrestling, boxing, car racing and tennis? What about the intriguing, fresh Ghanaian and international content like YOLO Season 2, Heels and Sneakers Season 2 or God Friended Me? And you cannot forget the kids content on Disney Junior, CBBS and Nickelodeon. So get connected. SMS DSTV to 1731 for a fully installed Zappa HD decoder with 2 months complimentary DSTV access for 199 Ghana cedis, or call 0302 740 540 or 0244 740 540 for more information. Terms and conditions apply. DSTV, feel every moment. Now, the partners for Corruption Watch are the Ghana Center for Democratic Development, CDD Ghana, Ghana Integrity Initiative, GII, Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition, GACC, Joy 99.7 FM, Africa Center for International Law and Accountability, ASILA. Find us on Facebook, Corruption Watch Ghana, Twitter, Corruption Watch, at CW Ghana, Instagram at corruptionwatch_GH, website stopcorruptionghana.org, hotline 055-453-6586, WhatsApp 055-453-6295. Hashtag Wanamoni, hashtag Ghana Bread. The show is sponsored by Strengthening Action Against Corruption Stack. Today we feature 2 segments, What's New and Anti-Corruption School. We'll also be having a From the Street segments today. On What's New, we have a new case, an investigation by Corruption Watch. In this segment, we hear from Francisca Encho, the Corruption Watch investigator who led this investigation, associates and relatives of the victims, and police officers caught in the act of receiving money in return for releasing suspects on bail. On Anti-Corruption School, we bring you resource persons to share their knowledge of the anti-corruption cases and issues we feature on Corruption Watch in order to deepen our understanding of the issues. Our guest in this segment is Martin Pebu, private legal practitioner and specialist in litigation, mining law and corporate law. On From the Streets, we bring you reactions from you. Today we want to hear your experiences as far as securing bail from the police is concerned. Send us a WhatsApp message on 0244 340 437 0244 340 437. So, 2 quick things. We had planned to speak to the police, and we have been trying to reach them since we began airing the story. Well, we haven't started airing it since we started planning today's show, and the police even agreed to come at a point. But we don't have them here. It's 23 minutes past 9. We would have to have the show. So we would have the show without DSP Sheila Kesi Abeye Bakwan, Director of Public Affairs, Ghana Police Headquarters. And the police officers who were caught in the act of receiving money in return for releasing suspects on bail. Those we filmed. We invited them for comments. We have not gotten them. Would have to go on anyway. But let us know. Have you been charged money for releasing your relatives on bail before? 0244 340 437. Now, to get us started, let's get straight into the What's New segments. The news this morning is that Corruption Watch CW Investigations has found multiple cases in which some officers of the Ghana Police Service extort money from suspects in their custody in return for bail. In addition, our investigators found many police officers contravening police ethics by engaging in arrest of persons indebted to others and debt collection. in the specific matter of cash for bail, police officers were captured demanding or receiving cash rewards amounting between 50 Ghana cedis and 1,000 Ghana cedis. In the studio with me to go through this story is Frederick Isiama. He's with Corruption Watch. And we'll also be speaking with Francisca Enchil. We'll call her on the phone. Fred, good morning.
Good morning, and good morning to our listeners.
Great. Take us through, let us walk through this particular story.
Okay.
And these revelations.
Okay, so as we do it on Corruption Watch, when we have your case, we will reach you and give you a right of response.
Mm-hmm.
So this morning, the cases I'm going to mention are cases in which we have been able to reach the officers and giving them a right to a response. Some have spoken, others declined to speak. Some made some comments. So these specific cases that I'm going to talk about, those that we have been able to reach the officers involved.
Okay.
Even though they were captured in audio and video, doing all kinds of things. Let's start from Medina. So we start from the Medina Divisional Police Command, located in the Lankwantana municipality. At the Medina Police Station, charging for bail police inquiry bail was not a secret, and the crime officer demanded money in the open and aggressively without applying diplomacy, as done in other police stations. It was as though the payment was a legal requirement. What Corruption Watch captured was a clear indication that all officers were aware of the practice. Corruption Watch captured a crime officer by the name Hannah Aidan, demanding 200 Ghana cedis before granting bail. The family of the accused person or suspect, however, challenged the police, declined payment on the basis that they knew bail is supposed to be free. Now, even after all documentations were done for the bail, the suspect, who had already spent hours in police cells and the rest of the hour at counterback, was dragged back to the counterback, where the officer declined releasing the suspect until the cost of the bail is paid in full. The family head insisted that he could only give the crime officer a tip of 20 Ghana cedis. But this infuriated the crime officer, who claimed she had spent the entire day going up and down to end up with such an amount. She alleged that the charge was a directive from the commander, which a relative of the suspect was a witness to. Hence, her boss would be disappointed if she takes the 20 Ghana cedis. The family subsequently increased the amount to 50 Ghana cedis, which still did not please her. But we have spoken to her, and let's hear the interaction during the demand.
In charge, delay. You see that? In charge. I'm in Pio. What is? Oh, and some papa, how my you know, my charge. Yes, 200. And I say, I can't say about you.
You give me your number, I'll call you.
No, you can't go because my neighbor. Why because I can't free.
That's what I see.
Since morning happened. Oh, seriously? Oba says Oba in office. We can't tell me can't here. Why wouldn't so any down? We need our facility. Yes. Oh, yeah, da. Oh, in some pampa. Oh, my name comes. Oh, yes, no. Oh, if it's so we oh, seriously? Okay, interesting. That's why you're telling me there. It doesn't hold water. It doesn't hold water. Oh, in charge of my name. In charge. Sergeant.
Yes, so that is the officer we hear, and they are speaking vernacular, and she's insisting that the officer in charge should not release the suspect because they had agreed a certain amount. And she mentioned that even 100 cedis you are not able to pay. Now, if we go on, there was one man, the father of the suspect, John Tometi, who narrated his experience and frustration to us.
I was at work when I received the call that I have to come and bail her. I was at my office far away. Even auditors, external auditors were on me. They were auditing my books, and I had to leave them and attend that issue. It really affected me. They were demanding 200 Ghana cedis, and I did not pay anything to them.
So why did you refuse to pay the money to them?
There is no law which says that if you want to bail a person, you must pay money.
So at the end of the day, he still paid 50 Ghana cedis. And I made a call to the Corporal Hannah Aidan to ask her why she took the money. And here is her explanation.
I didn't demand 200 cedis from him. I didn't demand money. After everything that I was leaving, we were standing outside chatting. And the relative of the suspect handed over something to me.
Something
and said thank you. 50 cedis. He handed over, said thank you.
Did it occur to you that they were giving you this money because of the bill you granted?
Oh, well, listen, that is why I said earlier, I didn't tell them, give me this amount of money so that I can release your sister or whoever to you. No. And I didn't even see, whilst they were giving me this thing, no. It was something they didn't even wish to do. After receiving the money, I didn't say, I have done something which is so weird that I demanded or asked them to pay this amount of money before I did this and that for them.
But do you think it is proper or ethical for you to have received that money from them?
In concern of a bail issue, they are not supposed to take money for bail. I know that. And then taking money from the person, from the same person, not even any other person, a different person giving it to me from the same person, wasn't proper. For that, I know I'm guilty. But I didn't totally ask the person to give me this an amount of money before I do this for you.
So that was you speaking to her?
Yes, that was me speaking to her and
explaining
yes,
her position.
And I mean, so basically she admits that she shouldn't have collected it and ethically she has breached the rules.
Okay, but she claims that she did not at any point say they have to give her that money before the relative is released on bail.
But you heard in the earlier interaction in vernacular, in Chi, when she kept saying, Unim said, "Demako up and down."
Exactly.
And in charge, and Manenko, and also say, "We be I said, 100 no crab muntiminti."
Okay. So, and all of
and
this is on video.
You will see all of this in video when we release the video.
Okay, let's go.
Now, let's go to Kumasi. And Kumasi is a very interesting case. So in Kumasi, we are talking about a case that happened in November of 2018, where an officer at the Kumasi Central Police Station, a CID officer named Solomon, who calls himself also as a Tori Fuete, demanded 800 Ghana cedis in order to release 2 Cameroonians who were arrested for alleged fraud, that they had defrauded somebody by up to about 10,000 cedis, that they promised to double the person's money for him, and they did not. So he reported them, and they were arrested. Eventually, one of them had to pay 300 cedis, the other had to pay 500 cedis. And the officer at the center of it all was Solomon, who also calls himself Tori Fuete. Now, when we called him, he flatly denied it. But let's hear what he said.
Some Cameroonian suspect whose case you handled in November last year,
yes,
about some money doubling.
Yes.
Do you remember that case?
Stop, I'm listening.
Okay. You are reported to have taken 800 Ghana cedis from them as bail.
Who's better?
I'm saying that is the information we have. Can you confirm?
If you are not telling me I'm writing a report.
Then it is true that you took money, 800 Ghana cedis from them.
I don't have to tell you.
Are you aware it's against the law?
Which law?
To take money or bill.
Hey, my brother, you know the person you're talking to. You cannot stand in front of me and tell me what you are telling me then. Listen, you could be calling from the office of the special prosecutor. I'm not going anywhere. I'm here. Do your work. Report to everybody that you like. Yes.
Okay.
Report even to the president. I'm here. And if you finish, go and see Guterres and report me to him.
Okay.
You think I fear court? I've been going to court for the past 20 years. You don't know.
Okay.
Maybe by then you have not been born.
So this is a very bold Solomon who dares me and says that he's not even afraid of the president. I could be calling from special prosecutor. He doesn't care. And all kinds of things. And that is his case in Kumasi. In Kumasi, there are many stations that we covered, but we weren't able to reach some of the officers. This is the officer that we were able to reach.
For comment?
Yes, for comment.
Okay.
Now let's come back to Accra and go to Nungwa. Now at the Nungwa police station, Corruption Watch covered a case of bail for a suspect arrested for fraud. Again, this is fraud. CW supported the associate of the suspect to pay 200 Ghana cedis to secure the bail. In this case, when we got there, the person who was supposed to go and secure the bail didn't have the money that they had requested for.
Okay.
And the money was 400 Ghana cedis. So when we approached him, we observed, our agents observed that he had been there for a long time. So we approached him and said, what is the problem? And he says he needs to come up with 400 Ghana cedis to bail somebody. So we went and tried to negotiate, and we negotiated it to 200 Ghana cedis. And after all of this, the officer in charge of it was Michael Lomote, who is also called Michael Amevo. Now, he comes back after the 200 to come and take 20 Ghana cedis. Now, in the promo that we put out, it is the 20 Ghana cedis you see him collecting. He's the officer you see collecting that 20 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
And he came back for the 20 Ghana cedis because he needed to give that money to the officers at the charge office. When I called him, he denied flatly, even telling him that this is on video. Even to that point, he still denied. Let's hear. First, let's hear him in a conversation with our agent and the man who was trying to secure the bill.
Oh, they've been asked what police to say, we did too.
But always say, they do a Thank you so much.
What was it? 20. That will be. So now, I'll say yes, 400. Until now, so maybe you can.
And it will catch us, can also one on the case. The fire catch us, doesn't turn on the case. One of them normally
You heard him there saying that, oh, he asked the man who said you should pay 400. He said the commander, when I went to him, and said, usually the commander won't do this. If anybody would do it, he will let us do it. And this was at the point when he had come back. And after this, he came back for the 20 Ghana cedis. Now, when I placed the call to him, let's listen to what he said, his explanation for this.
Am I speaking with Chief Inspector Michael?
Yes, I'm the one, sir. I have not collected any money from him for bail. Now I'm saying that if you have come and you are verifying that information, now I'm saying that he personally, then find out from him. Then find out from him.
Okay. So,
I hope you understand me.
So the money you collected from him, what was it for?
I'm saying I have not collected any money from him for any bail. I'm saying you find out from him.
But have you collected money from him
No, you see, that is what I'm saying. That if it is my work, they are supposed to pay some money to some people.
Who are those?
They have given. Yes, he came and bailed a gentleman in a case.
Mm-hmm.
And they are supposed to pay the rest of the money. At the end, they will give them 1 month.
Mm-hmm.
You see, so maybe if you are standing afar and you say you see me taking money from somebody, then you don't know what the money is for.
No, so the money that they were supposed to pay to the person, is it 220 Ghana cedis?
It is not 220 Ghana cedis.
So I am talking specifically about a certain 220 Ghana cedis.
That is why I'm telling you that if you say you are doing corruption or anti-corruption or whatever it is, this one, you know something? My office and my commander, everybody is there.
So Michael was very smart because he's also an investigator and he's not answering the question about taking money.
Mm-hmm.
Note, he says that he has not collected any money for bail, which doesn't rule out the fact that he collected money.
Okay.
He's not answering for why he took the money. He's only insisting that he didn't take the money for bail. But if you heard the earlier conversation, it all happened before the suspect was released
on bail.
Yes. Now, we also had cases, and here in the case of Nima Police Station and Kaswa, we are withholding the names of the officers because they've still not responded to us. But we want to summarize what happened there.
Okay.
At the Nima Police Station, the situation was no different. Corruption Watch captured the frustration that families go through to bail their relatives. Corruption Watch covered a crime officer taking money before granting bail to a suspect in a case that passes for debt collection. Now, before I go to Kaswa in the Central Region, let's go to the Medina District Court, because the Medina District Court recently had a case. Now, on the 11th of February 2019, a police officer handling a case of stealing against suspect Ahmad Zakaria was alleged to have taken 1,000 Ghana cedis from the accused with a promise to release him on bail. Now, after that, he didn't release the suspect on bail. It was only on the 11th of March, that is 2 days ago, that the court itself granted this gentleman bail for free. So that 1,000,
as it should be.
That 1,000, the court is waiting for the name of the police officer and for the police, because the gentleman says he can identify the police officer if he sees him. The court is waiting to hear from the police officer why he took this money. But let's quickly go to Kaswa in the Central Region. And there too, Corruption Watch can confirm that the Kaswa police station charges complainant before going for the arrest of suspects and charges them before bailing suspects. Corruption Watch captured a female crime officer charging 150 Ghana cedis, after which she directed the family to buy envelope and put the money in, conceal it before handing it over to her. For she said, to envelope never shame fabra. Corruption Watch investigation showed that arrest is not free, as a male crime officer charged a complainant 100 Ghana cedis before going to effect an arrest. These are some of the specific cases we can share. But before we bring in Francisca, let's quickly talk about two other things. The abuse of the 48-hour rule. So the police know, the law says that they cannot keep you beyond 48 hours. They must present you before a court or release you. Now, some of them have been abusing this. And Corruption Watch found that some suspects actually were kept in cells for up to 5 days without being presented before court. And we were told about a police station in Accra. We are still doing work there, so I'm not going to mention them.
Okay.
Where some suspects have even spent months. And some of them become seniors in their cells.
At a police station?
Yes, at a police
That's
station.
Very worrying.
And most of these people are arrested for either owing somebody or maybe smoking weed.
Okay, let's go on the phone lines very quickly and speak with Francisca now. And Francisca is actually lead investigator on this particular story. Let's get a bit of background from her. Good morning, Francisca. Please turn off the radio by you.
Pardon?
Great. Good morning, Francisca.
Yeah, good morning, Daniel.
Great. And Francisca Angel, like I said, is lead investigator on this case. Give us a bit of background to this. What informed our decision to go to do this particular investigation?
Well, you know, as journalists, our core duty before every other thing is to just make sure we become the voice for the voiceless. And then we examine what is happening in the society that we can see affect a lot of the people who can't defend themselves, who don't even understand what the law says. So we pick out issues that are very sensitive to individuals and then go down there and find out evidence to it. Because people are saying it. This bail issue, I'm sure you, Daniel, you've heard it before. People say it all the time. But then once we don't have evidence, it's like we'll keep saying it and people keep suffering. But there will be nothing to be done about it. So we decided to just go out there, go and find evidence of this particular practice, since people keep crying about it all the time. We just want a reform in the system. What does the law say about bail? Just tell us what you are practicing in the police station. Is it the same as what the law says? And indeed, when we went underground, what is in the law is different from what is happening in the police station. And individuals don't even understand what they are even telling the police. They go to the police station, they don't even understand what they are being accused of. They speak about themselves, they write statements. Sometimes they don't even understand English language or cannot even write. So somebody will write on their behalf, and so they can't even ascertain exactly what has been written on the script or whatever. And there's no lawyer to assist in the whole process.
Okay. Francisca, that's a very interesting point you raise about the education levels of some of these people and how that makes it easy for someone to take advantage of them. We'll take these important messages. When we come back, we'll continue with you and lawyer Martin Kpebu, who is, of course, himself a private legal practitioner, will be getting his perspective on this matter, and he'll be educating us on what the law really says about bail and other such cases. Stay with us. This is the Super Morning Show.
No great story ever begun with, and we stayed at home all day and did nothing. Adventure, that's where great stories are born. Adventure has enough room for friends. It's spacious. Adventure happens in the city and out in the rough. Adventure has your back, front, side and side. Adventure is affordable and available. Ignite your own adventure with the all-new Renault Duster. With a new sleek design, comfortable drive, 360-degree multi-view camera, hill descent control system, a 1.6-liter efficient and powerful engine, and so much more. Adventure. The all-new Renault Duster is sold and serviced by Premium Motors Limited. Call 0307-079977 or visit the Renault showroom at Atiko Junction on the Kanishi Odoko Road.
Renault, passion for life.
Hello, Corporate Ghana. It's the 4th Ghana CEO Summit, a unique two-day world-class business conference to be held on the 20th and 21st of May, 2019 at Kempinski. Theme: Futuristic Economy, Technology-Driven Future of Business and Governance for Economic Transformation. This summit has been a real success and has attracted over 1,500 dignitaries, including His Excellency, President Nana Akufo-Addo. For registration and sponsorship, visit GhanaCEOSummit.com or call 054-639-1970. Powered by CEO Network Ghana and Deloitte.
And welcome to the MTN Weather Report. Meaning still, I'm not for and dry. But this year, whatever your needs are, we're there for you. Now the details of my weather report. 15,000 cities will blow from the intertropical boundaries across the country. We can also see a mist of fog patches of 25,000 cities and a heavy monetary downpour of 30,000 cities are moved to treat the dry season across the country. Now, ladies and gentlemen, everywhere you go, whether it be school fees or acquisition fees, we're there for you. Rent advance, salary advance, your sorted advance, because with MTN, we're there for you. Now keep talking, browsing, texting, and sending Momo to accumulate points and win prizes each month to cushion you this year in the MTN More For You promo. 80 dial *120#. Now check your points. We're there for you everywhere you go.
Everybody make us see you do the dance. Do the dance.
Come on. I see no changes. Wake up
Hi, my name is Lennox, an engineer turned finance manager. Month-end report and reconciliation had always been my headache until my company was introduced to Sage ERP 300. My oh my. The monthly report and reconciliation is just a click away on dashboard. That gives me more time to think for the company and a bit with the boys. No more anti-so.
Senior, call Sage ERP 300 local partners Trust Consult on telephone number 0302-246-875 or drop them email charles@trustconsultlimited.org for presentation. Sage ERP 300. Accounts no balancing.
I let it go back to what we played as kids.
Industry regulator, the National Insurance Commission (NIC) aims to increase insurance penetration to 10% of GDP by 2021 from the present 2% approximately. Almost 2 years ago, the NIC had outlined 4 primary policy goals aimed at ensuring greater investment of funds in the bond market, improving claims payment systems, boosting penetration in the informal sector, and passing new legislation to improve enforcement and oversight. So join us on Tuesday, March 19 at 9:30 a.m. at the Town Palace Hotel for the Next Joy Business Financial Services Forum, where we will be asking if recapitalizing will lead to growth, expansion, penetration, and the capacity for big business underwriting in the insurance industry. The Joy Business Financial Services Forum is supported by Town Palace Hotel. Experience excellence. Joy Business, empowering, prospering together.
It's the nation's biggest gathering of emerging leaders, young entrepreneurs, and tertiary students. It's the Springboard 2019 Global Convocation under the theme, The Digital Revolution. Come network with friends and connect with Albert and Comfort Okran and a team of CEOs and business leaders. Watch out for the brand new book entitled Snakes and Ladders by Albert and Comfort Okran. Dates this Saturday, 16th March. Venue, National Theatre, Accra. Time 12 to 5 p.m. Main speakers, Kofi Dadzi, CEO of Rancard, and Salom Adadivo, CEO of MTN Ghana. Keynote speaker, Dr. Mensa Otabel. Dial *718*50# on your phone and follow the instructions on your screen to pre-register now. Contact 0249-999-555 or 0544-315-165 for more information on the 2019 Global Convocation and the Talent Expose. Main sponsor, MTN. We day for you. Other sponsors, UMB, Enterprise Life, Databank, Persol, Graphic Business, Dreamover, Yep Cleaning Services, and Yorks Rent-A-Car. Springboard is brought to you by Springboard Roadshow Foundation and Legacy and Legacy, and powered by Super Hits radio station Joy 99.7 FM.
Je suis arrivé. Qu'est-ce que la nation soit sur les Ghana? Arrêtez le babadage. C'est moi le Dieu. Sydney back again. Yeah. Nano Hiniba. What you say now? Squad alongside Man and Morris Babyface. What you say now?
Nearly time for us to wrap up here on today's Super Morning Show on Joy 99.7 FM. Happy 50th birthday to Danaba for the 4th Krontihin of Anomabo traditional area, or Krontihin. Okay, it's fancy. So Krontihin of Anomabo traditional area for Maureen Owu and the entire family from Ebru and Anomabo. Is it Ebru or Brewer? But this is still Corruption Watch, and this morning we have a fresh new investigation that we are outdooring. Frederick Esiama in the studio just helped me go through how policemen were filmed taking monies for releasing people on bail when we are not supposed to pay any monies when people are being released on bail. We just spoke with Francisca Angel on the line. We'll be speaking with Martin Kwebu shortly. But the Ghana Culture Forum invites arts and culture practitioners and all those in the creative sector as well as the general public to the 2019 Ghana Culture Day celebration and stakeholder dialogue at the National Theatre on Thursday, 14th March at 4 p.m. The theme is the cultural frontline, bringing policy and practice together. The National Dance Company, the Pan-African Youth Orchestra, the Susuma Pan-African Dance Ensemble, and Chief Moment will be performing on the occasion. The special guest and lead presenter is Mrs. Janice Fofie, Chairperson of the Public Services Commission. The speakers include Mrs. Janet Ednanyame, Executive Director of the National Commission on Culture, and Mr. Ekunu Dake, CEO of Heritage Development and co-convener of the Ghana Culture Forum. The special guest of honor is Honorable Dr. Zeblim Idi, Deputy Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture. The chairperson for the occasion is Nana Fredo Ajeman Oforiata, Board Chairman of the National Theatre of Ghana. It's free. Join in the Ghana Culture Day celebration at 4 p.m. on Thursday, 14th March as the National Theatre. Now, when it comes to claims payments, no one does it better than Enterprise Insurance. In the year 2018, they paid more than 53 million Ghana cedis without blinking an eye to thousands of their customers. The same-day claim payments initiative for vehicles is incredible. Last year, more than 2 million Ghana cedis was paid to vehicle owners in under 45 minutes. So with Enterprise Insurance, when it comes to paying your claims, they don't just say it, they actually pay it. Enterprise Insurance, your advantage. Now listen to your favorite Joy FM programs and show podcast on myjoyonline.com/live radio, Joy 99.7 FM radio for the discerning listener. Happy birthday to Alhaji Mohammed Yusuf Chumesi, Director Finance and Administration at the DVLA. This is to wish you the best of life this year and beyond from your team at DVLA. Happy birthday, Jojo Gazy, Audit Manager at Cocoa Board Head Office, with love from the family. Reverend Belenso Pari Asante, happy 51st birthday today. Lots of love from your wife, kids, siblings, mom, and the entire family. Madame Elizabeth Afifush of Kaswa Opekoma, happy 66th birthday from your children Evelyn and Edna, and your grandchildren Echo and Brianna. Happy birthday to the bookworm of the family, our big sister Sharon Ashele Mensa Doku. Wishing you the very best from Na Shoko, Paula, and Steph. Unfortunately, we were unable to reach Martin Pebu. We apologize on that, but it's a very important conversation. We'll continue with the conversation. So we'll end it here. Like I said earlier, we were scheduled to speak with the police on this matter. The police did not show up, and Frederick Esiama has just walked us through 3 separate cases where police officers were filmed taking monies when they are not supposed to charge any monies when people are being released on bail. So Fred, finally, before we go.
Okay, so finally, before we go, let me just say that as Francisca mentioned, we did this work also because of constitutional provisions and also the provisions in the criminal code. We're talking about section 96(1)-6 of the Criminal Procedure Act 1960. It gives the guidelines for granting bail, and payment of money is not an option. It is not mentioned there. If you look at Article 14.4 of the Constitution, 14.4 of the 1992, it says that where a person arrested, restricted, or detained under paragraph A or B of clause 3 of this article is not tried within a reasonable time, then without prejudice to any further proceedings that may be brought against him, he shall be released whether unconditionally or upon reasonable conditions, including in particular conditions reasonably necessary to ensure that he appears at a later date for trial or for proceedings preliminary to trial. Now, if you read in the Criminal Procedure Code, you will see that it says that, for instance, one of the conditions, if the person will not jump bail, will not run away, and will appear in court, you can look at that, and it doesn't mention that charge him so and so amount. Okay. The bond that is always mentioned is a bond. It's supposed to be raised by the people standing as sureties, just in case the person absconds.
Runs away.
It's never money you should pay upfront to secure bail.
I think the knowledge of this empowers people. And so we should know this. We should know this. Thank you very much, Fred, for the great work that you've done, and we'll continue. All right. Now that's it for today's Corruption Watch. Now, we all in our own small way can help in the fight against corruption. Kindly reach us on the Corruption Watch hotline on 055-453-6586 on our WhatsApp number 055-453-6295. The website is stopcorruptionghana.org. The partners are Ghana Center for Democratic Development, CDD Ghana, Ghana Integrity Initiative, GII, Ghana Anti-Corruption Coalition, GACC, Joy 99.7 FM, Africa Center for International Law and Accountability, ASILA, and the sponsor is Strengthening Action Against Corruption, STAC. That's it for today's Super Morning Show. My name is Daniel Daze. We'll be back tomorrow. Mama V also brings you the news on top of the hour, after which we have the Cosmopolitan Mix. Good morning, Mama V.
Good morning. I guess the excitement is